What's up, everybody? Tom here, back again with another video. And I recently quit my job at a gas station / general store. I was a clerk, like in the movie Clerks with Jay and Silent Bob. That's what I was doing. It's a job, pays money, so that's why I was doing it. It wasn't the most exciting or fulfilling job in the world, but it's a job and it paid the money. But anyway, I'm not talking about really my personal life here. I was a merchant of death. I sold people fucking cigarettes all day and alcohol, just enabling these people to continue their shitty habits. Which I used to smoke cigarettes. I'm fucking addicted to alcohol as well, so I'm not in no position to judge. But I was the one that was selling it to everybody. Yeah, so I was like selling people just shit to kill themselves with. The amount of soda that people drink is fucking crazy. Fucking 44 ounces of soda. That has like a fucking half cup of sugar in it, and they just drink it like it's nothing. And then they wonder why they're fat. Here's an idea. Start off by just quitting soda. If you're gonna drink soda, and I'm not judging people. Maybe I'm a little bit judging them. But I understand that losing weight is not easy. But I don't want to hear you complain about how hard it is to lose weight if you're drinking soda every day, because it's not hard to cut out soda. Just stop drinking soda. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Anybody should not drink, even if you're not fat. Don't drink soda. It's so bad for you. It's like almost as bad as smoking. It's like brutal. It's too much sugar. I mean, that amount of sugar is just wreaks havoc on your body. Okay, well, let's just, let's recenter here for a second. I also sold people cigarettes and alcohol. Am I proud of it? No. For many reasons. Not just because I was like a merchant of death, but also just because I wasn't accomplishing anything with my life. I was at the general store. I have a degree in cinema. I should be doing something in cinema related, not just working at a general store. Okay, anyway, let's refocus here. The point of this vlog is not about the alcohol, the tobacco, the candy, or the soda. It's another thing that I sold, which was lottery. Okay? Now, lottery has been called a tax on the poor, and I'm inclined to agree with that point of view. So what is lottery? You buy a ticket, you pay money, you give real money, and you get a little piece of paper that has no value. But there's the chance that it could have value, right? So the idea is you buy a ticket, and then a whole bunch of other people buy tickets, and then a small number of those people will come back with some of the money that everybody paid for. So it's just gambling. That's what it is. It's gambling. The problem is, which, gambling is fine. You can get addicted to gambling as well, and I think a lot of people were addicted to buying lottery tickets. But the problem is that if you're buying lottery tickets, it's kind of like playing blackjack against the house. The house always wins. You can be an amazing blackjack player, but the house is still going to statistically come out and win with regards to everybody. But blackjack has some amount of skill in it. Like, you have to know when to bet and when to hold. Lottery is complete luck. There's no skill in it. You buy a ticket, and sure, you can choose the numbers, but the numbers that you choose, they're just going to come out randomly. There's absolutely no skill involved. And the real shitty thing about it is that 50% of the funds or whatever, or 40% of the funds that people put into this go into taxes for education or whatever, right? So you're buying this lottery ticket, and then like half of the money that you spend goes into taxes, and then the other half goes into the lottery pool, okay? And then if you win, you're winning from that lottery pool that's from half of the money that people spent on it. Right? So even if you win, you're not winning as much as you should be winning. And that's why I think that it's a really dumb thing to play lottery. Because just statistically speaking, on average, you will lose money playing lottery. There's a small number of people who will come out way on top and come out with a huge gain. But that's a very small number of people. And even if you factor in the chance that you have of being one of those people that comes out way on top, the amount of money that you get, even if you win like the Powerball jackpot, right, and you get billions of dollars, it's going to feel great for you, but the chance that that happens is so small, and the amount that you get is not high enough to justify the risk, right? So if all of the jackpot went into the prize pool, I could see, yeah, okay, I'll pay $1 or I'll pay $2 for the chance to get like $500 million or whatever. But the chance is so small that even if you get the payout, it's not worth it to lose those $2. But okay, so let's say somebody, I don't play lotto every day. I just, once in a blue moon, I'll get a Powerball ticket. You know, you're playing pot odds. If you lose, so what? You lose $2, but sure, you have a chance of winning $500 million. Okay, great. So it's pot odds. That's fine. The real thing that I was like, why are people doing this? Is people that come in and they'll buy like $50, $60 of lotto tickets. Sometimes multiple times per week. And then there's also people that will just buy one lotto ticket every single day. So if you're spending $2 on lotto per day, that's 14 per week, 28. That's about over $50 per month. So 50 times 50, 250 per year, give or take. If you're doing that every day, like, fuck, that shit adds up. And the point is that overall you're going to lose money. So why is it a tax on the poor? Rich people can play lotto too. But rich people don't play lotto. That's just the facts. If you look at the numbers, poor people disproportionately play lotto. So why? Why are poor people playing lotto and essentially throwing their money away? Sure, there's a chance they could win, but statistically they're going to lose money. And I think that they know that, even though they might not understand the math behind it. People have told them. You know, everybody knows that you're losing money if you play lotto. So why do poor people do it? I think they're doing it for that moment when they're scratching it off, or when the numbers are coming down and they're looking at theirs. There's a few seconds there where you could become a millionaire. You could become a multi-millionaire. And there's a few seconds there where it seems so possible. All you need to do is see a certain number when you're scratching your thing, or see a certain number come down on the Powerball. So it's like there's just this little hair, there's this little one small thing that needs to happen, and your life is changed forever. And I think that people like that feeling of hope, that maybe they're not going to be in such a shitty situation anymore. Even though they probably know they're not going to get it, that moment of hope, there's that moment where it's so close, right? And then obviously the numbers come down and they see they didn't win, and they see they didn't win, and they throw out the ticket, and, you know, life goes on as usual. But there's still that chance there for a second where they could be a millionaire. And I really think that it's just this moment that I think there's probably like endorphins that like get released in your brain during that time, because like you're just like, oh man, like, oh, here it comes, like I can feel it, like I'm gonna win. And I think that it's probably an addiction. I think that there's people crave that dope release in the brain caused by this irrational hope of becoming a millionaire. And yeah, so it's just the idea, I think, that there's a craving to have this feeling that there's not much separating you from being a millionaire. And yeah, I think even though it's irrational, it's a real feeling that happens, and I think it probably has real chemical effects on the brain. And I'll bet people get addicted to that. And obviously, yeah, people get addicted to gambling, so I think that's pretty reasonable. The other theory I have is I think there might be something about the abdication of personal responsibility, right? So if somebody plays lotto every day, and they don't win, well, now they sort of have this idea that, well, I got unlucky, right? That's why I'm not successful. It's because I was unlucky. You know, I play lotto every day and I've never won, so I'm obviously just unlucky, and that's why I'm not successful. So it's sort of a way to shift blame from yourself outward into the universe, if that makes any sense. I don't know, that's my theory. To me, I see people playing lotto, and it's just like, I don't get it. Like, you know you're gonna lose money statistically overall. And some people will come in and buy like $60 worth of lotto tickets. And it's like, why are you gonna spend so much on lotto? Like, I get if you're just gonna spend $2 like once a month or something, where you're really not losing that much. Like, it's a negligible amount that you lose. But like, if you're at the point where you're factoring lotto into your budget, you're just throwing your money away. And you know, some people say, oh yeah, well, like, I figured out how to do it, and I can win on average. No, you didn't. It's random. You can't beat something that's random. You can't figure it out because it's random. So there's no way to figure it out. It's just, it is what it is. And what it is that half the money that goes into it goes to taxes, which means that there's a statistical probability that you will lose money. So there's my PSA. If you're gonna do lotto, just don't do it very much. If you're at the point where you're factoring it into your budget, just stop. Okay, just stop.